My whole life, I've been a guard in a dolphin prison. My name is
Kożemiakin Sergey Vladimirovich.
And I'm a dolphin trainer in Russia. The trainer's job is based on one's love for dolphins, on unconditional love, obviously. Regardless of whether the dolphin listens to you or not, the trainer should not get angry or upset or punish, because dolphins are just like humans in many respects. They may have different moods every day, but something doesn't go right, that usually means something was not explained correctly. A man's nature is often such that when an animal doesn't listen to you or obey your orders, a male trainer sees it as a personal challenge for a duel or a fight. That's the reason that low-level trainers often punish dolphins. So, you don't listen to me? Now I will show you. Women, on the other hand, have a different psychology. They don't normally see disobedience as a personal challenge. They tend to be more tolerant and more forgiving, and are able to resolve the situation differently. We need to keep in mind that dolphins are often by nature kinder and more tolerant than us Homo sapiens. If we draw comparisons, we humans actually demonstrate less humanism than dolphins on many occasions. Dolphins are ready to tolerate a lot from humans, including their mistakes. Back in the 1990s in the Russian dolphin area, everything was done manually. For example, adding chlorine to the pool was done with the help of a watering can. Later, it became automated, but the system malfunctioned quite often. There could be too much chlorine added, or too little, or none at all. In all cases, it was very dangerous. One of my co-workers came down with serious health problems because of mistakes and malfunctions. She almost lost her eyesight. Animals develop health problems as well. What diseases can trainers develop? Well, prostatitis in men or gynecological diseases in women. You spend a lot of time in the water. The water contains a whole array of bacteria, microflora that our bodies are not adapted to. When chlorine reacts with organic matter, the product is a combined chloride, which in fact is a poison. And if its concentration in the water is high, it may affect the liver. That's why the person in charge of the water quality at the dolphinarium where I worked made a very good salary, in fact, as much as the trainers, because of all the responsibility. It's very hard to control the water quality in the traveling dolphin area. Generally, the greater the volume of water, the easier it is to keep the water clean. Even in a fish tank, smaller ones get dirty much faster. Dolphins, just like people, are able to adapt to many things. For example, if you put a person in a concentration camp, they do eventually get accustomed to it. This phenomenon is well known. People who spend a long time in prison, for example, get used to it and learn to enjoy the little things that they get or experience. It's good if you have a guard you can talk to who will bring you books, something good to eat, tells you the news, a guard who treats you well. But it's quite different if you have a guard who is cruel and deprives you of the little pleasures of life, or physically mistreats you and beats you up. Obviously, it's not ideal for dolphins to live under a roof indoors, where they cannot see the sun or the sky. Sometimes the dolphins become very lethargic. It's called logging. They just lie in the water like logs, sometimes for hours on end. It's not a natural behavior for them. In the wild, dolphins move all the time. Dolphin-assisted therapy is a method of treatment when the human child is put into the water with the dolphin. At least here, positive emotions play their role. I think that maybe there's some beneficial effect here, some therapeutic effect. The question becomes, at what cost to the dolphins? Sometimes the dolphins can contract the disease, or it can negatively affect their overall health, especially their mental health. Also, people can turn therapy into a crushing routine for the dolphins. People think if a dolphin cures someone, let's use him again to the fullest. One session after another, the same routine over and over and over again. And when it lasts for months or even years, dolphins get tired, bored, or even sick themselves. To be honest, my heart bleeds when I see the conditions in which many captive dolphins live. How fast the human values change when money becomes more important than the lives of the dolphins or the conditions in which they live. Often it comes at any cost just to bring in more money. The dolphin is sick or healthy, conditions are good or bad. It doesn't seem to matter. The main thing, the only thing, is to make the most money out of it. This practice needs to stop. In my memory, there was one episode, maybe two, when the calf was separated from his mother. Needless to say, it wasn't good. Dolphins are very sensitive animals and get attached to their kids. The mother, Belka, developed a severe depression, refused to work, and became very lethargic. Nobody could bring her out of this state and get her back to work. But after she was reunited with her calf, it was obvious how happy they both were, and the mother began to work again. She hadn't been working for 2 years, but when her calf was returned to her, she started performing again. As a rule, out of 50 dolphins, there's one that is usually really nervous. Belka was one of those. It is a rare case, but usually dolphins are pretty friendly to people. Whatever you do, even if you try to beat or kick a dolphin while in the water, they will generally not retaliate. They seem to be above that. It's similar if you catch a member of the clergy and start beating, kicking, smacking. When will his patience run out? The same is true for dolphins. If you approach a normal person, or a policeman for example, and kick him, chances are he'll immediately hit you back. But a dolphin seems to be able to bear much more. You can compare him to a Buddhist monk. You can kick him, treat him badly, he'll perform a command, but then you lie to him, won't give him any fish, but he'll forgive you, and will forgive you, again and again, 100 times. At some point, the dolphin could just hit you with their tail. It's powerful, and could do a lot of damage. But they choose not to. People don't realize how easy it would be for a dolphin to kill a person standing on the edge of a pool. One easy jump, one severe blow with the tail, and your head is off. There's so much power in the tail. Or imagine being hit in the chest. With the dolphin's snout or rostrum, it can go right through you. It would be a jump with a weight of 250 kilograms at a speed of 2 meters per second. And if dolphins start fighting between themselves, the only way to stop it is to hit one of them with a large, heavy pole. When powerful animals like these are fighting, that's the only way. Or when a dolphin's being aggressive toward a beluga, it's better to stop it right away. What else to do? You cannot just explain that it's not permissible to tease a beluga or to intimidate her. But this poke with the pole, it helps. He will learn for the future that it's not allowed and won't do it. I think it's okay to prevent aggression between animals. They are strong, powerful creatures, and they can easily kill each other.
смертоносны, и они могут друг друга убить. Иногда их лучше держать, одернуть.
So occasionally, you come across a very nervous dolphin. I met one some time ago in Argentina. He was bought from the Cuban delfinarium, a Navy dolphin, but he was like a crocodile. He would even jump out of the water and try to hunt people down, snapping his jaws and grabbing people's feet. He ripped his trainer's neck wide open. Luckily, the trainer survived, but had extensive stitching and surgery. I worked with one beluga whale in the same pool as this Cuban aggressor, and she was the one who saved me. That Cuban dolphin actually tried to kill me a few times, but when he was approaching, the beluga would swim between him and me and growl and hiss at him. She was protecting me because I was the provider of fish and food, and if I'm dead, who would do it? Well, I'm obviously exaggerating. Maybe there were other reasons for her to protect me, other feelings, warmer feelings. At least I would like to think so. And Belka, of course, was one of these neurotic dolphins. She was hitting people. Did she participate in the dolphin-assisted therapy? Yes. I don't know what actually caused this behavior. She'd been through a lot. Her calf had been taken away. She had to do the dolphin-assisted therapy. Not clear what the main trigger was, but she started being very unfriendly toward people. Meanwhile, other dolphins that were in exactly the same circumstances behaved very differently. Definitely, there are such aggressors among the dolphins, neurotics, who are tired of everything. It's just my interpretation. There could be other reasons. Has she ever seriously injured anyone? Well, she caused bruises, ruptured someone's spleen, broke someone's rib. And she wasn't removed from the dolphin-assisted therapy? Well, she was, for a short time, a week or two. And then she started behaving, showing people that it's all good, that she was such a kind, nice dolphin who didn't harm anyone. She started to perform commands really well, enthusiastically, trying to create a good impression. And then, after a month and a half, another breakdown. Of course, it's not profitable to have a dolphin like her. She eats 10 kilograms of fish a day. She needs extensive vitamins, so it's simply not profitable. They try to do something about her, but if you just isolate her, it's a death sentence. If a dolphin doesn't do anything, she'll simply die from depression. She needs to have some stimulation at least. So what happened to her afterwards? She became very sick, was in treatment for a long time, but eventually she died. In the wild, dolphins can live up to 40 or 50 years, but in captivity, rarely live past the age of 25. Buddhist monks say that a single animal, like a blue whale, sends the same amount of kindness into the world as an entire Buddhist monastery. They say the whale emits incredible waves of positivity, peace, and kindness, the same as a group of Buddhist monks when they pray and meditate for hours, sending vibes of goodness and love into the world. A whale does the same thing, dolphins do the same thing, maybe slightly less powerfully. And that's why I think there should be some contact between humans and dolphins, but it should occur under different circumstances, different conditions, more humane conditions. Ideally, it should be in the ocean. There is an example of this, the Israeli dolphinarium, Dolphin Reef. It's run by Ronnie Zilber, where dolphins live in their natural habitat in the Coral Reef Lagoon, and they approach people on their own terms and of their own free will. Of course, they are still restricted. They cannot leave for the open sea, but nevertheless, they live in a natural setting and communicate with people. I think something like this could work.
Как правило, тренер, если он
Usually, when a trainer sees a dolphin as a tool to earn money, he regresses. But those who see a dolphin as a highly developed creature, more than just an animal, perhaps as a messenger from a world outside of ours, that will help to make our planet a better place, a place where dolphins and humans can evolve, progress.